So one of the coolest dynamics that we've noticed here from Nrgv is that we have a correlation to the S&P 500 index, and there has been a very nice upside over the last, whatever days. But the problem here is that we had capitulations from things coming like, per se, Microsoft, right? And then Apple kind of had a little tough day. Of course, we saw that AMD and Nvidia also had a really tough run, and the hold was the most impressive thing out of Nrgv. That hold was kind of like, oh my goodness, you know what? We're catching this downside here, and even still, Nrgv is maintaining. Now, I can't say that this is the best news in the world. It is good, right? It is good. It's showing resilience. It's showing that people are holding their shares opposed to selling them. So, but there are still some things that kind of concern me, and I would like to, per se, point them out here. So what I'm going to do here is actually start off a whole brand new chart and just, put together here a thesis here for you that can display what I kind of see happening, right? So let's go ahead and go into the 1 hour time frame on this, right, for Nrgv, and I know that you guys are going to start seeing that already, right? So now we have two. This is a bearish buy formation, right? So, and now the reason why I'm saying bearish buy formation is because we have two head and shoulder formations back to back. And that would be, you guys kind of already have seen this though, right? This is your shoulder, this is your head here, this is your other shoulder. And now within this structure here, you have a shoulder, a head, right? And a shoulder here too. So we do have which can be disguised also, by the way. It could be disguised here as what could be like a dead cat bounce too, right? So we need to make sure that the criteria for the dead cat bounce meets, and so far it's sort of there. The criteria on the dead cat bounce is that we drop volume into the upside here, right? So we would decline volume, which is this here, right? We would decline the volume into that upside, which is presently doing it, and then we would get the increase of volume as soon as it starts coming down. So that gives it the strength for continuation, right? So that's presently what I'm kind of observing here. And now that we have it's a dead cat bounce in like, for example, your bi-hourly or your 3 hour time frame, or actually the bi-hourly, right? Yeah, so this bi-hourly time frame is indicating that that dead cat shape, right? And then when you move down to the hourly time frame, or maybe even the 30-minute time frame, you're starting to see the workings of what could be this head and shoulders formation. And a lot of the times, people can identify this as a bear flag too, and that can be very easily drawn here, right? And it's actually just like this. Right over here, right? We can get confluent resistance areas, right? And then just use other confluent support areas, maybe more like this. And then this is your bear flag here with a breakdown happening. So the next move on this would just really be just a retrace, right? To validate some resistances, not only here at around 207, but also into the areas of around maybe 209 as well, 209, 210. Can it happen? Is it going to happen? That's the overall question here, right? That's always going to be the question. But we can go ahead and try to validate those things too. Now, guys, I'm going to say that should you join the Discord, I want you to make sure that you do not speak to anyone that appears as though they're talking at, an imposter, like Arca imposter, okay? There are so many out there. Even in the comments below, there are people saying and claiming that they're Arca and putting up some phone number there, and then they're just trying to take your money. Right? I will never friend you first. I will never, ever message you first either. And should you join the Arca Bulls trading team, make sure that this is what you're looking at, right? You know what? I know that you're kind of seeing something weird here because of the streamer mode being on. But if I just go ahead and disable that, this is me here. Okay, guys? Make sure that it does have this message, right? I do not offer copy trades or mirror trades at all, right? I'm the one and only Arca. And I also have that negative sign right there, right? Just everybody knows that they can reach me, right? But I'm just putting that little do not disturb there, right? Because you know that that's not something that they're willing to do. Okay, guys? So that's kind of my note here for you, okay? Just do not Do not contact them. Do not reply. It's not me. I'm not getting in touch with you first whatsoever. Okay, guys. Now, I will also have to tell you here, guys, that we now are down to 16 slots for the lifetime membership one-time fee, guys. I'm only allowing 30 people, and we're down to 16 now. So in the description below, you can find that link. Right, because or else we're gonna, you know, I mean, we're in this week. I'm sorry, by the end of this week or 2 weeks, we're gonna now make the price $59.99 for the Discord with the new amenities, including unusual whales. I believe I'm gonna go with the noon teal bot. We're gonna have a whole bunch of you know, full service amenities in there for the team. Okay, guys. So enough shilling here. Let's get back to the analysis and see what is up. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm thinking that Nrgv does have a little bit of a breakdown formation happening right now, which, by the way, is not too far-fetched than what we spoke of the last time in the last thread of analysis. Right, we noticed already that we did have that bearish formation here. Right, we also noticed that we could have been inside of a smaller dead cat bounce than the one that we're presently on now. And we did put together some targets here. You know, some targets that could actually serve as an area for a bear trap. So that is still active, and that's still something that I currently hold in my mind as true. Okay, guys. So that bear trap zone could really be anywhere between 186 to about $1.90 due to historic price, right? Due to the price action of what's happened before in history, right? So huge supports in those areas there, to where I think that the bearish narrative may not be able to penetrate. Some of those supports are highs that we've experienced for, I mean, hundreds of percents of upsides into what we could touch here in the more immediate short term. So let's go ahead and go back into this and start measuring our psychology, because I think I like the way that I'm now able to see a bit of a clearer picture in this, right? It does show as a little more obvious than other times. So let's take into consideration here the buy formation breakdown. Okay, guys. So it would be a bearish formation like the flag itself, and also it would be a bearish formation like the head and shoulders. And in another time frame, remember, we're looking at your bi-hourly time frame as the probability of a dead cat bounce. So we have 1, 2, and just about 3 formations here, right? So this is a bearish a bearish tri-formation breakdown. And you're not going to find that, right? You're not going to find that in anywhere other than probably me, guys, or other maybe some other local people, but that is something that I've coined as a strategy. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and continue measuring what this has for a potential downside. So we're going to go ahead and take into consideration the trend line, right, from the head all the way down to what could be the neckline. And I do, you know, I'm pretty okay with the trend line or the neckline being the regression of this flag. So what we do now is just take this trend line here at the price objective, and we add it to the to the top shoulder here in the middle. And this is leading towards around $2. Okay, fair enough. Now we also have another target, right? We have the other target being the channel itself. So we just measure the channel's width. Right? Let's get that channel width entirely there. And then we would put this, typically we put this at where the candle broke down from with a complete closing, clean close. So what I mean by clean close is that, see, for example, this candle that we're facing right now that did break down, this 30-minute candle, the 30-minute candle has exposure inside of the channel. And should you have the candle touching the channel, well, that's also not what we're looking for. What we are looking for is that the candle breaks down completely without any exposure to the regression. So should it be the next 30-minute candle on this asset, well, price action would kind of take us to a pretty nice, and it is a very confluent level. In fact, your harder target on this would be a 202. Okay, and now if we observe the head and shoulders target on the bottom side here, that is $2, but it is indicating that this here, these tweezer bottoms, would be more of a tighter target consideration. So do we have anything historic here? We sort of do. And I will say that it would be right up here. So now we have a complete package. I think this 201, let's go ahead and draw it in now, right? So just roughly the 201, and we'll take into consideration the tweezer bottoms, right? And now you get this area here very perfectly so in that 50%. So this could be an overall area that we can use for a potential downside. Now, do we have that target inside of the other chart? I wonder myself, right? Inside of the other chart where we're claiming that there could be some type of a bear trap. So this is a $2 to about 201 with a potential 202, right? So let's go ahead and see the other chart. And this is indicating the bear trap to be around the 186 to 190, but I do have your 199 and I do have your $2 target right about there too. Okay, so that is curious that we still have those targets there. And now the thing is now is that since we are catching like two independent targets towards the downside here, then we're just going to have to go ahead and use volatility against momentum to determine if the continuation to the downside is valid or not, right, guys? So, you know, now that, you know, for now that I'm actually getting this, getting the tools up, I know that it's already kind of taken a bit long, right? An 11-minute video so far. So please do me a favor, hit those ATWs in the chat below, and yeah. Okay, so we're gonna use, yeah, you know what? We'll put our data cells in there. We'll also add the stochastic momentum, right? Because these are the traditional tools that I tend to use. You know what? Let's go into data cells as well and get rid of the ATR displays, right? So we're going to get rid of those little squigglies. Perfect. Okay, and now let's add your linear volatility, right? We're going to need to measure linear volatility for for determining the continuation to the downside on this in the first place. Okay, great. So now that we have our targets on that down, you know, on this bottom end here, let's just go ahead and start this calculation without the drawings from a more granular time frame. You know, kind of referencing here the by minute time frame. So you can see right away that this is a pretty, you know, convincing red candle here, breaking structure from that 207 to roughly around, of course, that 206. This nosedive on stochastic momentum clearly means continuation. So we got to see how this is going to cascade into the time frames ahead. So now let's see the 3-minute time frame. 3-minute time frame still suggesting downside, and we still have expansion happening within that time frame. So the 4-minute time frame here, still downside, we still have expansion. Remember that the direction bias is actually figured by momentum and not by linear volatility. Remember that volatility is direction neutral. Okay, guys, so let's go to the 5-minute time frame. The 5-minute time frame is suggesting expansion, downside posturing. 10-minute time frame also expanding, then downside posturing in your momentum. Look at this, expanding on a 20-minute time frame. It hasn't even seen the close of this bar just yet, so likely expansion, likely a deeper dive. And your 20-minute time frame is also kind of featuring the same thing. 30. Let's go ahead and speed this up now. So we have the 30-minute time frame cascading into the hourly time frame, and the hourly time frame may be the total downside that we can experience should it open at around 206. Oh man, so if that actually is the case, damn, 206 worth of downside, right? I mean, I'm sorry, from 206 we're gonna get this massive downside of what? Let me just see it one more time. Oh my goodness, dude, that's actually crazy. So 1 hour's worth of downside on this, that would be 5 cents. So you're looking at what? Perfectly in the middle at $2. So yeah, guys, mathematically speaking, the downside should start roughly at this point here, okay? 201 to $2. It references your 201 or your $2 zone, you know, pretty perfectly, but we do have it there, 202, 201 zone, and your $2 bottom. So this, yeah, guys, it's mathematically it is saying this, so I'm not going to ignore it, and I don't see many reasons to invalidate this probability. Okay, guys, so now let's just go ahead and see what the upside is continuing from here before we end this video and continue our weekend, you know, all peacefully, right, guys? But for now, just know that I am actually, should you join the trading team in Discord, you will get to do things like this, right? You will get to see that I can film my videos here live with the team watching me ahead of time, so you'll catch the videos before. This is an amenity that I was surprised that people actually wanted to see, right? So I love it, and that's what we're doing now. So let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here. So supposedly, right, hourly time frame upside continues from this bottom side here, and that would be upside continuation, not so long actually. So that would be just about 2 hours of upside, and actually, hold on. Did we close a big? Yeah, okay. So downside actually would. Yeah, this is a red bar and this is still green, so it hasn't redded just yet. So my apologies. We're going to continue the red from the hourly time frame, right? So from the hourly time frame, we're still going red. We're going to go 2 hours down, 3 hours down. It's starting to correct a little bit. 6 hours down, still into the 8 hours, 12 hours. Wow, daily time frame downside, still into the 3-day. Let's see, the 4-day, almost done with the downside here. It looks like your monthly time, oh, not even that, bi-monthly time frame worth of downside. But I do believe that may actually be done already. So we have around a 92-cent drop on this, which could lead NRGV towards a low of $1.08. We went to 190. I don't see why that would actually happen, but if it does happen, guys, I would maybe start putting in some stop losses on this, just in case price action does decide to go into one of those critical, declines. 108, it's like, dude, I mean, what do you mean? For literally $1 down on something that moves no more than 16 cents daily, that's just crazy. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of targets here that can invalidate that downside clearly. Like, for example, at the lows, I'm talking about here, your 184 is a very powerful support. Many candle confluences within that target there, and yeah. So, team, I think the conviction has to be there too. For the downside, right? So in other words, I really would like to see continuing expansion on volatility with the downside posturing there. Okay, so this is it's not a sharp decline. It's just kind of just moving in with the potentials of two formations here. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that combination, okay? So this is your combo here. Make sure to respect the targets from the $2, 201, and 202, and also respect the bear trap area that we just kind of pointed out here in last night's thread of analysis. So that would be roughly your 186 to around 190 and 188 in the middle. Okay, guys? So I think, it's just, guys, we're going to have to experience that downside first, but we'll see what's up. Okay, guys, so I think this is a pretty good place to finish off the YouTube video. And yeah, so should you have any questions, reach out to me at the arcabulls@gmail.com, and we will speak very, very Jerry Scary Larry soon. All right, team, adios, and yeah, adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios, team.